The sun's out today, lots of blue skies too. Looks like the clouds just went away for today. And what's going on today? Usually with good weather, people would want to fly their drones outside. How about this one? Just looking outside and you see a whole bunch of random drones forming a QR code. Here it says, a weird purple flying QR code made of drones appeared in the sky over London for no obvious reasons. Makes me wonder if there would be some kind of, quote regulations over that in terms of putting advertisements of sorts. That would be my assumption anyways, if you see something like this. So apparently people were posting this online, not sure what it was, and as you can see, it seems like these drones are forming a QR code that you would normally see in drone light shows nowadays. And I guess upon investigation, according to this, it says the code was a hyperlink to a marketing page for the insurance company Beazley. So here it says there's about 400 drones, and it was tied to a company event being held at Magazine London, an event space next to the river. While it made sense to the guests there, other people seeing the drones without much context wouldn't have known what they were. So I guess in some places you'll see more drone advertisements like these. It makes me wonder too, would this actually reduce things like hysteria? Because people will see it around more. So when they see a drone, they'll just assume it's, something related to a company event or something like that versus being spied upon per se, or some kind of bomb. I guess we'll see. Although with the thought of drones that people would fear, how about this one? Apparently there was an assassination attempt, but it failed. This one says Ukraine attempted to assassinate Russia's Putin via drone. The attack was supposed to be carried out during a visit by Putin outside of the Russian capital, but the drone crashed before reaching him. The Ukrainian Secret Service attempted to assassinate Russian President Vladimir Putin with a drone, but the attack failed when the drone crashed before reaching him. German newspaper Bild reported on Thursday. The report cites a recent tweet by the chief editor of the Ukrainian website, Kylia Yuri Romanenko, who reportedly has ties to Ukrainian intelligence sources. According to Romanenko, Ukraine used a drone of the UJ-22 type, which has a range of up to 800 kilometers and was equipped with 17 kilograms of explosives. The drone managed to fly over the border and pass by Russia's air defense systems. And with all that, it says the drone was meant to explode and kill Putin during a visit to the Rudnevo Industrial Park near the capital of Moscow, saying last week our intelligence officers received information about Putin's trip to the industrial park in Rudnevo. I even managed to get a map of the trip around the park. The information was indirectly confirmed by Putin's personal correspondent, Zarubin, in his telegram. Romanenko wrote, accordingly, we launched a kamikaze drone which flew through all the air defenses of the Russian Federation and fell not far from the industrial park. So will this actually create, countermeasures where they're gonna send their, kamikaze drones and stuff like that? And I was just reading a little bit about that huge federal strike that's on recently, where I guess the workers aren't getting what they demanded, so they're taking it to the next step. Like this one says, PSAC federal workers take to Toronto Pearson Airport to escalate strike action. So I believe even here they went to places like the shipping ports and so forth to, get more attention. And it's kind of interesting reading what the dispute is. Apparently this was one of the reasons, which makes you wonder, would you agree with it or not? It says here why work from home rules are a red line for the government. Treasury Board President Mona Fortier says language and remote work doesn't belong in a collective agreement. So apparently during these times, a lot of people had to work from home, government officials and stuff like that. And I guess since everything's kind of done with, it's go back to, a physical location, all that, and people want it in a clause saying it should be up to the organization to determine whether or not people should be able to work from home and so forth, whereas kind of like what it implies here is arguing you can't have that written there. So as it says here, when the government announced workers would be mandated to return to the office 2 to 3 days per week, message boards and Reddit groups exploded with complaints. Workers argued they were being forced back into the office to help downtown Ottawa businesses with no consideration for how they had performed during the pandemic. Treasury Board President Mona Fortier said the 9% increase is a fair offer and PSAC's demands are unreasonable and unaffordable. She said the government doesn't have a blank check to resolve these issues. She is offering to work with the union to update telework policies, but has insisted work from home language doesn't belong in a collective agreement. So again, it goes on with one side saying you can't have this actually written down like that, otherwise it becomes kind of necessary in terms of getting things like managers and all that to handle people who want to work from home and so forth. And then again, there's one of the other arguments is saying, oh, it's more efficient and all that, and they should be their rights. So which one would you agree with? I know some of the other comments I read in terms of people disagreeing with it, they're saying, look at all the people that had to work at stores with no choice, for example, I don't know, supermarkets and all that during these times. So they're saying, get back to work and all that. But what would you say in this case? Do you think that's reasonable or not to have some kind of clause saying they should have the rights, I guess, to work from home, like they should have to accommodate it? Or would you say, nope, do it the traditional way, be it in office and all that? All right, see you guys later.